So, while CIG have been trying to get their act together and publish a patch that actually functions without fail, I've been finding myself struggling to come to terms with whether or not I should even be playing Star Citizen at this moment, and I'm pretty sure a lot of you are probably in the same boat. Frankly, for me, playing a live build that is inevitably going to have a wipe, even if they do introduce Siege of Orison and other things, frankly, isn't exciting enough. And jumping onto the PTU to try and give that a go, well, it's its own rather frustrating experience. I even tried today to jump into the PTU to try out doing some reclaiming in the Vulture. And although that maybe did work fine, old and existing bugs that have been around for a while crept up and left me to wanting to just uninstall, leave the game, wait again until another more stable patch comes out. This is a cycle I find myself getting into very regularly with Star Citizen, and I've been around for 10 years. So I'm hoping that some of you who are watching right now can share that and sympathize with my frustration. But frankly, although I love the game, it doesn't offer you everything all at once. Not even half the time. But with 3.18, there is something that will be offered that is brand new, and it is the meaning of death. As I said before, 3.18 brings some interesting things with it, and one of them is salvage. But what do you salvage? Well, to answer that, I want to actually completely change topic and talk about Escape from Tarkov. Like a lot of other content creators or streamers, I have to sometimes find another game to play. And Escape from Tarkov is an alpha just like Star Citizen, with its own buggy patches and its own developer decisions sometimes people can just greatly disagree with. Escape from Tarkov has been something that I have dabbled in from time to time. I used to play it a lot actually before I started streaming Star Citizen as you guys know it today, and back then the game was very, very stressful. I'm still a bit of a wuss, and you'll see that in some of the clips here. I enjoy Escape from Tarkov now as more of a run and gun, real life simulator for my airsoft activities back in the real world. Tarkov is a game that a lot of people choose to play because it has something that Star Citizen had lacked and currently still does in the live build for a very long time. A meaning, a purpose to whether you live or die. Yes, of course you could earn credits, and yes, of course you could always stop someone from having a good time. But what is the real meaning? With the wipe coming to 3.17.5 as previously discussed, what is the meaning to even playing? What is the point? You're there to have fun, right? Like most games. I get it, totally. And if you enjoy playing Star Citizen still, on the day-to-day, I salute you, citizen, I really do. Because sometimes, for me, that simply isn't enough anymore. Not in any game, actually. I rarely play single-player games because, to me, there's no real purpose for me. I will emphasize that because, of course, some single-player games are great. But I like games that give me a sense, a reason to play them. Call of Duty, you go online, you play to beat people. You play to be better than someone else. It's the same for Tarkov. You play to shoot and loot, and you don't do that without making someone else the loser. In Star Citizen, if I go around and shoot you, what am I taking from you? The kit that you're wearing? Okay, don't wear anything then. What do? Well, I don't do anything. I can't loot a naked corpse for nothing and sell it to nobody. 3.18 changes that. Salvage changes that. And if you didn't like mining, or even if you did, salvage is the future for Star Citizen 3.18 and the near to short distance of the patches to come. It means there'll probably be a lot more pirates, and it also means there'll be a lot more player interaction. Tarkov is so unique because I know, and everyone else does, when you join a server, you and many others have joined at the same time, and you all have the same things to risk. Everything you have on you. That's one dead, don't make it two! Oh, bugger. In Star Citizen, with persistent streaming, if you start storing things in your ships like you're supposed to, you will be risking everything every single time you go out and fly. You'll make decisions going forward that might change whether or not you take that route through Magda and Hurston, or whether or not you go all the way around to some other destination. I think it's a really, really important feature that every game, especially a big multiplayer RPG, sim, shooter, space fighter, should have. A meaning, a purpose to living, and a purpose, most importantly, to dying. If I find you in Star Citizen, I have a choice now as a player. I can choose to just interact with you, leave you be, maybe ask you how you are. I have an option also to take you for what you're worth. Maybe you're not carrying anything. Doesn't matter. You've got a ship now, and that ship can be torn apart and sold for scraps. And that's all it really needs to be. That's all it needs to be right now, because in the future, more can come from it. If you have cargo on your ship as well, when you get destroyed, you don't just explode anymore. No, there's a chance that your ship becomes a husk, a shell of its former self, something that I and my maybe greedy friends can dabble into and discover some delightful delicacies that you've left behind. Maybe you've decided to leave an arsenal of Animus missile launchers or railguns. That would be my preference. Or maybe you decided to booby trap it. Maybe you were expecting a pirate onboarding and maybe you came armed. Got out of your pilot seat, hid in your MSR hidden tunnelways, and decided to wait for the right time to ambush those pesky vultures. I'm not saying I'm going to go out of my way to hunt people down. I'm saying that if I do, it's for good cause, or because I just want something to do. And because Star Citizen lacks that right now in the current patch, I haven't been playing it. But we all know I love Star Citizen. This entire channel was built around Star Citizen, and this fundamental change to 3.18 and the introduction to salvage, as well as persistence, gives me that reason to play. It means that I'm able to log on every day and decide that I actually want to stay. Even if I die, if I get taken out, that's someone else's meaning. I've given them purpose. By providing a shell, a husk, a ship for them to salvage, I provide gameplay. Maybe they stay there. Maybe I go back to the place where I died and I find them salvaging my ship. Maybe me and a bunch of org mates decided to fight back. And then a whole war starts, a whole resource war around the huge ships that we're bringing to these battles. It escalates and it escalates, and eventually you basically have Xenothreat, but developed and created by the player community on that server. It's crazy to think that we could have that possibility just on the doorstep for 3.18's release. And that will only get better as 3.19 and 4.0 comes to fruition. I hope you guys can see the image I'm portraying to you, and I hope that you are as enthusiastic for it as I am. Yes, Tarkov will always offer different things to Star Citizen, and Star Citizen will definitely offer a lot of different things compared to Tarkov. And you should be playing more than one game at a time. I'm going to be enjoying my time waiting for the patches to come out, playing different games, playing games I haven't touched for a while. Right now, that's Tarkov. It's also Battlefield 2042, if anyone remembers that game got released. Maybe there's a game up there that you enjoy. Let me know in the comments down below what you're playing while you're not playing Star Citizen. And if you are still trooping along in the verse, I want to hear about that as well, because like I said, Citizen, I salute you. This video is just a real down-to-earth chit-chat between me and you, explaining one of the greatest reasons I am excited for 3.18. And if you share that enthusiasm, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe as well. I'll try and get more videos out as soon as possible, when perhaps the servers become more stable. I hope you've enjoyed this video, and if you'd like to see more, well, check out maybe the journey to 4.0. Check out some other highlight reels, or check out some other bespoke content here on the channel. I've got a great series called Should You Buy, and frankly, it's gone over 2 of the most versatile ships so far. If you have any questions or want to let me know anything, there's a Discord in the link of this video as well, and you can always leave a comment that I can read. Have a wonderful day, everyone. Whatever you're playing, enjoy it. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.